First of all, everybody, this case has been going on since 2000, I want to say 2011. It's been 14 years. 14 years of us pursuing, in the beginning, paternity. And then after that, the damages and all the things that go along with litigating fraud. Let's get that clear, right? There has been no maternity after that. What we're doing right now in California against Mr. Carter, Jay Z, we are looking for damages, everybody. We're not looking to go back and do any kind of do over, if you will, of a state court. Let's get that clear, right? This case that we're doing is not about paternity, it is about fraud and fraud upon the
Phew, grab your tea because this messy saga just got messier. Yep, we're talking about Ramir Satterthwaite and the man he swears is his daddy, Jay-Z. And honey, it's a wild ride. Honestly, I never imagined the day would come when Jay-Z or Beyoncé would even blink at Ramir's "I'm your son" claims, but surprise, they finally did. So now, Jay-Z has decided to spill a little something. The man who alleges to be his secret son, Ramir Satterthwaite, was hit with an injunction in 2022 for filing so many frivolous court filings and demanded that Ramir's latest lawsuit filed in federal court be dismissed immediately. Honestly, judging by Jay-Z's response, he's painting Ramir as just another guy chasing a celebrity-sized payday. And reportedly, Beyoncé's totally on the same page. Oh, and get this, sources say they even convinced Ramir to yank the whole case. Don't worry, we'll spill all that tea in a second. Now, chances are you've already seen this legal roller coaster spin out of control lately. But just in case you missed the fireworks, let's rewind real quick. To kick things off, Ramir and his godmother, the ever-persistent Lily Collet, filed yet another lawsuit, yes, another, aiming directly at Jay-Z. And a judge actually ordered Jay-Z to respond by the 18th of July, which he did. And believe it or not, a judge straight up ordered Jay-Z to respond by July 18th, and yep, he delivered. Before the court is the ex parte application for additional time to plead or otherwise respond to complaint filed by defendant Sean Corey Carter for reasons discussed herein. The court grants the ex parte application and orders that defendant's deadline to respond to plaintiff's complaint be extended to July 18, 2025. Plaintiff Lily Coley initiated this action on May 6, 2025, and filed proof of service on the docket on May 29, 2025, indicating that service was effectuated on May 19, 2025. Plaintiff subsequently filed additional proof of service on June 13, 2025. On June 15, 2025, plaintiff requested entry of default, which the clerk denied on June 16, 2025. Plaintiff filed a second request for entry of default on June 16, 2025, which is currently pending. It then continued to read, the court notes that in a sworn declaration signed June 16, 2025, plaintiff indicated that she has not received any stipulation agreement or communication indicating that defendant intends to appear or respond. However, in defense counsel's sworn declaration accompanying this ex parte application, she attests to having emailed plaintiff multiple times beginning on June 11, 2025, and provides copies of the emails. Defense counsel also indicates that she spoke on the phone with plaintiff about a request for extension. Given the conflicting representations, the court reminds the parties of their obligations under Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 11. In the ex parte application, defendant indicates that he first became aware of this lawsuit on June 3 and that he believes service was improper, but that he is appearing in this action in an abundance of caution. Defense counsel has also provided a declaration attesting to her unsuccessful efforts in contacting plaintiff to request a stipulated extension. In lieu of a stipulated extension, defendant requests that the deadline to respond to plaintiff's complaint be extended to July 18, 2025. The judge then made the following order. For the foregoing reasons, the court grants the ex parte application and orders that defendant's deadline to respond to plaintiff's complaint be extended to July 18, 2025. It is so ordered. Well, okay then. When it comes to the mess, here's the real tea. Ramir's mom, Wanda, supposedly had a fling with Jay-Z back in 1982 at his aunt's apartment in Brooklyn. No less, after he scooped her up from Philly. Allegedly, they used protection. That totally failed. Besides one mysterious visit from Jay-Z 2 weeks later, poof, gone. They never crossed paths again, and Wanda had zero way to reach him. So, Ramir says his mom first dropped the Jay-Z might be your dad bombshell when he was about 8. And although his mom's living boyfriend, Robert Graves, was originally listed on the birth certificate, he was legally removed in 2011 after a DNA test proved otherwise. She told Ramir there were only 2 possibilities, Robert and Jay-Z. And since Robert turned out not to be the dad, well, the math added up. That left Jay-Z as the only option.
I was 7. My mom had to sit down with me. I guess she thought I was old enough to know now. And she been saying Sean Carter, that's what she was calling him at first before she was calling it Jay-Z. And I really didn't know who that was because I was young and, had my little brother and I really wasn't worrying about it. She was saying it a lot, but I really just was going along with the person I was just seeing, like the person I looked at who was taking care of me at that time. I really wasn't really trying to understand what my mom was talking about, but she constantly put it in my head like, son, it's not your father, and I really want you to know it is. This person is your father, and I just want you to know. And she continued to tell me that over the years and over the years and over the years, even until I was grown.
Reports have also swirled that Wanda made efforts to get Jay-Z to step up. And way back when, she actually tried to hold him accountable. She did file a civil lawsuit seeking child support from Jay. But that lawsuit was ultimately dismissed because it was filed in the wrong state and was never refiled. Back then, Jay-Z's lawyer made it clear Jay had zero interest in anything related to Ramir's custody. And ever since, it's been a relentless struggle, Ramir pushing for a paternity test and Jay-Z dodging it like the plague. This family's been at it for over a decade, begging him to take the test. But Jay? Still a hard no. Why? Because admitting the son means admitting the mother, who was just 16 when Ramir was born. Translation: Jay-Z might have been messing with an underage girl. And yep, even Wanda's godmother confirmed the age issue was likely the reason. She spilled that tea loud and clear, and oh, it's boiling. I got a call from his in-house lawyer, and they were very helpful, and we thought we would resolve this privately. They even talked about Ramir's music talent and whether it was a good time to put him on his record label, but he had to finish high school, so I said no. Suddenly different lawyers got involved, and their attitude completely changed. I think they realized there was more at stake for Sean given that Wanda was not of age. So yeah, it's been a non-stop tug-of-war between Ramir's family and Jay-Z. Things got so intense, Ramir even dragged the drama all the way to the Supreme Court. But guess what? The case initially flopped, was rejected by the Supreme Court because it did not have jurisdiction to reopen matters in the appeals court or to unseal records in the trial court. But it was then refiled by Ramir in the appellate division of the New Jersey Superior Court. But the process has still been very difficult. Jay-Z's legal team argued that he should be exempt from a DNA test in New Jersey as he didn't own or live at a property in the state. At that point, Ramir was legally stuck. There was no way to force Jay-Z into a paternity test. But recently, the court told Jay-Z to answer the latest lawsuit. And in classic Jay fashion, he fired back, claiming Ramir and his godmother have been hounding him for years. According to him, these same tired accusations have already been tossed out by multiple courts. Oh, and he made it crystal clear, he's never confirmed or legally denied whether he's Ramir's father. Just pure silence. Noted that in 2010, the court told Ramir's mother that she could not wait 17 years to name a second person as the father of her child when she identified another person as the father 16 years ago and never attempted to resent that identification. In addition, the response also alleges the various court orders issued in the last 15 years, which unfortunately rejected Ramir's claims, got it wrong, and that the court should find him liable for fraud and other claims. Basically, Jay-Z accused the new lawsuit of being a transparent attempt to circumvent a 2022 court injunction. And the injunction, which was issued in a lawsuit the family brought against one of Jay-Z's lawyers, states that Ramir and his godmother are not allowed to file any new lawsuits regarding the matter in the state of New Jersey without the court's approval. Jay-Z argued the new case was pure nonsense and demanded the court toss it out, with his legal fees paid, of course. Meanwhile, Ramir got asked about that injunction, and here's what he had to say. This injunction order I am not aware of and have never been served. But all the orders from New Jersey regarding judges are in the appeals court, since they were derived from fraud to block our due process, which showed Jay-Z's wrongdoing of allegations of perjury. As for the claim that his mom once named another man as his father, Ramir doubled down, saying she was underage during the pregnancy, and he still believes Jay-Z is his dad. He's also repeatedly insisted this isn't about chasing cash. In his latest filing, he clarified he's not after back child support in this case, but instead general and compensatory damages related to emotional distress, reputational harm, and loss of financial support, as well as reasonable legal expenses and costs. Oh, and remember when I mentioned Ramir's case hitting roadblocks because Jay-Z's lawyers claimed he owned no property in New Jersey? Well, honey, that excuse didn't age well. He posted receipts saying that Beyoncé's mother, Tina, admitted in her book that Jay-Z had New Jersey property during the time of his case. Ramir also dropped a bombshell. Jay-Z has allegedly had his DNA since 2011. So at this point, let's be real. He should know if he's the dad or not. But wait, there's more. Ramir's godmother clapped back too, saying his claims are built on long-standing sworn statements from Wanda herself. She also made it crystal clear, the current California case isn't about paternity anymore. It's about civil damages from legal mishandling, and yes, the court confirmed Jay-Z was properly served, right on schedule.
It's not fabricated. His mama told him. And Wanda wrote an affidavit. The affidavit's been out there all this time. All these years. Now all of a sudden, it's fabricated?
She also made sure to clear the air neither Ramir, Wanda, nor she herself has ever been held in contempt of court. And even though this legal circus has dragged on for over a decade, she says folks still don't get the facts straight. What happened next? Who knows? But on July 22nd, Ramir suddenly pulled the plug on the case. His only comment on X? Brace yourself. Hello. Changes were made to my case on July 18th, 2025, about 3:30 p.m. This was done due to changes made to my case we were not aware of. We will explain soon, but it's all about my mother now. Look, I'm just as confused as you are. Ramir says he'll explain everything soon, so I guess we'll just have to wait and see how this plot twist unfolds. In the meantime, what's your take on Jay-Z allegedly holding Ramir's DNA since 2012? And be honest, does this feel like a money grab or something deeper? Sound off below.